Cool, cool. All right, spinal cord. Cauda equatum, which is pretty much a collection of nerve roots running down the spinal cord. It pretty much looks like a horse tail. Your vertebral foramen, your vertebral foramen, is the passageway for the spinal cord. Pretty much it's going to be a hole that goes down your vertebrae at the back. Your spinal cord is going to go in between it. The gray matter in the middle of the spinal cord, which is shaped like a butterfly shape. The top portion is the posterior horn, and the lower portion is the anterior horn. Anterior horn transmits motor impulses, which white matter contains ascending sensory and descending motor fiber pathways. So that's those two things we're going to test. Your anterior horn transmit motor impulses, and your white matter contains ascending sensory and descending motor fiber pathways. Protection of your vertebral column is the same as the skull, which is pretty much your dura mater, your actinoid, and your pia mater. Upper motor neurons. This is what I'm testing. Upper motor neurons is a synapse above the anterior horn, and your lower motor neurons are below the anterior horn. Spinal cord has 31 pairs of spinal nerves, and the brainstem is where those nerves cross over. Your vertebrae. This is your vertebral column, not your nerves yet. We're doing your vertebral column. There's 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 thoracic vertebrae, 5 lumbar vertebrae, and 5 sacral vertebrae. Your nerves, the only one that switches pretty much is your your cervical nerves. Instead of 7, there's 8 cervical nerves, 12 thoracic nerves, 5 lumbar nerves, and 5 sacral nerves. If a person has an injury to C3 or above, they lose function to their diaphragm, so they can't breathe. They're probably going to die if they have hospital attention. A duramatome. A duramatome is sensory fibers of a spinal nerve. Complete anesthesia of the area will not occur unless 2 spinal nerves have lost function. That's what I'm testing. It was just highlighted. So pretty much complete anesthesia will not occur unless 2 spinal nerves have lost function. A plexus is a bundle of nerve fibers adjacent from spinal nerves. 3 major plexuses that we're going to go over. There's actually 4, but they combine 2. But anyway, so there's 3 major plexuses for this class. It would be the cervical plexus, the brachial plexus, and the lumbosacral plexus. The cervical plexus is it consists of C1 to C4 spinal nerves. And it innervates muscles of the neck, which pretty much are SCM, sternocleidomastoidum. Killed that shit. Yeah, okay, so your SCM. So pretty much your cervical plexus innervates the muscles of the neck. Most significant nerve is the phonetic nerve. So in your cervical plexus, the most significant nerve is your phonetic nerve. Phonetic nerve, which innervates your diaphragm. So phonetic nerve innervates your diaphragm. It's the most significant nerve in the cervical plexus. Your brachial plexus, which pretty much consists of C5 to T1, which innervates muscles of the upper limbs. 3 major nerves is your radial nerve, your median nerve, and your ulnar nerve. Pretty much median, radial, ulnar. Think about it in your hand. If you come down from your lumbar not your lumbar, but your brachial plexus. You go in. Your medial nerves are gonna probably be in the middle, median. Your radial nerves are gonna be over here next to your thumb because that's your radial side in anatomical position. And your ulnar nerves are gonna be over yonder with your pinky finger. Think about it. It controls supination, pronation, all that good stuff. Get them. Your brachial plexus have 5 peripheral nerves, and pretty much that's going to be your axial nerve, which serves muscle of the skin of the muscle of the and the skin of the shoulder. So pretty much any related injury that belongs to the shoulder is probably going to be your axillary nerve. Your median nerve, which supplies flexor muscles in the forearm and lateral side of hand. Injuries to this pretty much include weak flexion, pronation, and some thumb opposition. Muscutaneous nerve, which is muscles that flex the forearm, comes from the lateral cord. An injury to this causes weak flexion and supination. Muscular scoliosis nerve supination. If you have injury to this, you have weak supination and forearm flexion. Your radial nerve, which is a large peripheral nerve, which innervates all extender muscles of the arm region. Injury causes a wrist drop. You're gonna be dropping shit. Wrist drop. All day. Radial nerve. Wrist drop. Cool. Your ulnar nerve, which is pretty much it comes from your medial cord. The injury causes injuries from this of your ulnar nerve causes claw hand, which would be like your lumbar sacral plexus starts from L1 to S3. Your lumbar sacral innervates most muscles of the thigh. Your lumbar plexus innervates most muscles of the thigh. Your sacral plexus innervates most muscles of your leg and your foot. Pretty much they combine it into, like I said. Major nerves in the lumbar sacral plexus would be your femoral nerve. Y'all know where your femur is, up yonder. Your articular nerve. Your serratic nerve, which is the largest nerve in the body. Largest nerve in the body. Serratic. Your tibial nerve. You know where your tibia is. So anything related to that, probably be your tibia nerve. And your perinal nerve. And that's pretty much it. So we're good. Drop the bass. And remember your thoracic area of the spinal cord does not have its own plexus. That's the one that skips, except for T1. Deuces.